One. It's your boy Rebuke All Devils coming to you live in the spirit once again. We have this story coming from the New York Post. It was reported by Julie Coleman and George Fitzgibbon. Apparent junkies turn stretch of New York City's midtown into a shooting gallery. A woman injects herself with a needle near a pedestrian plaza at Broadway and West 40th Street in Midtown Manhattan. Man, it's like with no shame she doing this, huh? It's the Great Black Tar Way. A cluster of junkies has turned Broadway into a shooting gallery, injecting drugs unhampered in broad daylight and then shuffling around in a zonked out stupor, seemingly oblivious to the midtown bustle around them, the Post has learned. If that wasn't enough, the addicts are peppering the area with used syringes, turning individual planters on 40th Street and Broadway into mini needle parks. Wow. Man, that is dangerous and disgusting. They've taken over the tables blatantly, using needles and shooting up heroin all day long, said a local worker who asked that he only be identified as James. There is no police action. There is no reach out. There is nobody preventing this. And you know, we've had multiple calls to 311, but nobody really responds. It's becoming a real problem. He called his own 311 calls futile exercises. The Post spotted several of the spent needles dumped at the scene and even caught one of the vagrants shooting up out in the open on Tuesday afternoon with no one stepping in or saying a word. So here go a picture, man, of like a needle that they found right here. So there go one syringe that we see. There's another syringe right here, as you see. Look like there appears to be another one or a cap to another one. That's probably the bag where they had the dope in right there. Was that all of them? Oh, we got one more picture. Let's go back. How sad. Look at her, man. She done got her a good fix and now she passed off at the table. Makes you wonder if all three of them are high on heroin. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. And no telling what kind of diseases that could honestly be spread with those used needles that they dumping anywhere. You definitely wouldn't want to just sit on one of them things or put your hand down and get pricked by that. You know, that could be AIDS very easily. Another photo from a local showed four people slumped over at one of the tables at the busy intersection earlier in the day, with drug paraphernalia clearly visible between them. In the morning, they start early in the morning, said construction worker Edgar Rivera, who's been working at a nearby site in recent weeks. It's almost always the same people you see around. It's always the same ones all the time. They are like here every day. We see them sleeping on the floors, Rivera said. Sometimes the ambulance comes around here to help them out. It's always the same guys. An employee for a private sanitation company who gave the name Jeff said he's worked in the area for about 6 years and the situation has gotten worse. Wow. There go a cop right there. I wonder what his name and badge number is. Somebody need to report him to his superior. An NYPD officer passes a table where the alleged drug activity was observed, and he's not even looking that way. Look like that guy over there look like he's worried about the cop. Look like he's worried about the cop, and the cop look away like he's ignoring the fact of what's going on right here. Wow. Disappointing the way they discard all the syringes. It's not the safest, he said. In the last year, it's gotten really bad. I've been seeing more syringes, discarded syringes, ever since they started coming in. City and NYPD officials did not immediately respond to requests for comment. I bet they didn't. I bet they didn't. Because at the end of the day, they already running out of jail space. And so I guess it's a messed up choice to choose between locking up hardened criminals or dangerous drug addicts that are buying the drugs from dangerous drug dealers and not having enough beds for both. Man, man, man. And this is Trump's America. You know, this is his America under his watch. He should send some of the federal law enforcement officers in there to help New York City. Because obviously, it appears that they need help with this drug problem that they got going on. Not only the drug using, but the drug sales. Because they got to be getting the dope from somebody. So, y'all tell me what y'all think about this story, man. You know, do y'all think that this officer in New York City is right for turning a blind eye to the drug activity and the drug use that's going on in broad daylight? Or do y'all think that, you know, that New York City should do something about this? When I mean do something, should these people get treatment? Or should they be treated like other people was treated during the crack epidemic and get thrown in jail without no treatment? Get 20 years for one piece of heroin like they used to give 20 years for one crack rock, 30 and 40 years for one crack rock. So, you know, like I always say, man, please like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on that notification bell. And I'll see y'all on the next episode. Shalom.